Yeah. And because that's the work you all do, that's why, all Tim has to do is call and I answer. So if my schedule's available, I'm always happy to help because you guys are, you're starting off on the right foot. And so and I say that because Shalom, what it isn't, and I want to say that it isn't this, but it isn't a personal peace. It A personal peace can be the byproduct of Shalom, right? So but it's not the prime product. The prime product is basically creating society, communities, neighborhoods, organizations, etc., um, that live by these shalom principles, which is to resolve conflict without going to war and fighting, to make sure that everybody's fed and the ground's producing what it should, to try and create the kind of society and laws and safety nets, especially safety nets, that no one gets left behind. So, and that's very much what this whole, what I call Shalom Sabbath Jubilee construct is based on. It's based on this idea of both. Just Ida, okay, some kind of beeping going on. This idea that it's a civil responsibility. Um, leave 1/7 of your field and a fallow, and then you just continue to do that 7 times, and then after the seventh year, then you start over again. So if you're thinking about everybody's doing that, right? If that's the law, and who is it for? It's for those people like the widow, the orphan, the immigrant, those people who don't have a land claim, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, how much free food is out there for them to gather for themselves, right? And the wild animals, and it's also for them, and so there are these safety nets, and then there's these personal admonitions like, well, if you forget a bunch of grapes out in the field, just leave them because somebody needs them. Don't glean the edge of your field because people need that. If you forget a barrel or a bunch of wheat out there, leave it. Somebody's gonna, somebody can use it. So it's this whole structure. It's based on forgiving debts, right? And it's based on setting prisoners free eventually on the year of Jubilee, and actually the seventh year does that too sometimes. And so there's all these sort of safety nets, civil and personal responsibilities that are present within this whole shalom idea. And basically, those are set up within the Torah. And then the prophets are there to be calling us back to it, right? To be calling Israel back to shalom. They're supposed to be modeling this stuff, right? Because this is quote unquote God's community. And so and to say this is what it's supposed to be, not like some kind of like everybody's supposed to have this personal peace. No, everybody's, because the atmosphere, this community that you create actually produces people who are happier, people who are more concerned about justice,